most of it with a game.
Hey, this is not how it's supposed to be, right? The Xianzhou is known for its tea culture and hospitality, but you're not treating me like a guest at all. Seriously, am I not a guest?
Dear guest.
Stop! Don't call me a guest. You're not even treating me as one. I want my tea just right. Not too hot, not too cold, but the tea you served was either freezing or scalding. Is this how you treat your guest on the Xianzhou? How fantastic! Your tea tastes like slop, and you even have the nerve to charge me for it! Are you trying to scam honest folks? And that name, the Sleepless Earl, it's so hard to remember. How about we give you a new plaque that says, Xianzhou Slop? It suits this place better, don't you think?
Why is it that guy again?
Stop! You've gone too far!
Oh, who's that trying to be a hero?
It's me, March 7th. Cause more trouble and I'll show you who your mommy is. Wait, that sounded lame. Hey, say something for me.
She's March 7th, the sword champion of the Astral Express.
That's right! I'm the sword champion!
Never heard of you. Now scurry back to wherever you crawled out from.
Mr. Skott, I'm Qingque, a Cloud Knight lieutenant. We've met before, and I suggest you stop causing trouble.
Trouble? Ha! I'm just giving some feedback as a regular customer. The tea here is terrible, and now the Cloud Knights want to stop me from complaining about it? At this rate, who would want to ever come here for tea in the future?
A regular customer? You?
Yeah, what else would I be? The Xianzhou's prisoner?
Anyway, if you're trying to bully this young lady, you'd better watch out for the weapon in my hand.
Huh? Oh, that really scares me. Come on, you're not seriously trying to take my life with that piece of scrap metal, are you?
Scrap metal? This is my sword! I'm here to learn Xianzhou swordplay.
Swordplay? Oh, I get it now. It's just another kind of play, right? That explains why you're dressed like you're in a show. You're not even from the Xianzhou, so why bother learning their swordplay? If you're feeling unsafe, I can sell you an IPC mech.
Ha! As if anyone wants your junkyard scrap mechs!
March 7th can cut through your mechs with a single slash.
Oh, how marvelous! How about you show me then? Well, guess it's time to show these bumpkins something serious.
A few IPC mechs respond and appear near the Sleepless Earl, and more Zhenshou passers-by stop to watch.
Just a reminder, IPC members, street fighting on the Xianzhou Lafu is prohibited.
Make any funny moves, and I'll smash that scrap metal.
Hey, relax. I know the rules. These are my subordinates. They got stuck here because of the transport ship incident, and they need to vent their frustration. In the end, it's all the Xianzhou's fault. Well, I can overlook the terrible tea, but now that you're questioning my security, I can't let it slide. After all, I have a courier business to run. With so many clients watching, that just wouldn't look too good now, would it? Instead of wasting your life learning useless swordplay, why not invest in our civilian mechs? You'll have your master kneeling and begging for mercy in no time.
Stop! Don't you dare insult Xianzhou swordplay like that! If you have the guts, I'll show your mechs what I can do.
Huh? A fight, you say? Now that you've thrown down the gauntlet, March 7th, I feel I'm obliged to accept your challenge. Say whatever you want, but once you've seen what our mechs can do, you'll be practically begging us for them.
Let's make a bet.
Oh, come on! How could I say no to a bet? So, I can see you're no master yet, March, but I'll play fair. You go back and learn swordplay from your teachers here, and in 15 days, I'll come find you and challenge you with my mechs.
Only 15 days? All right. Fine.
And if you lose, you'll have to bark like a dog in public and shout, "Xianzhou swordplay is a total joke!" You'll stand at the entrance of our room alley and say it to everyone passing by. Oh, and if that's the case, just forget about your master and become my apprentice instead. I'll teach you how to pilot a mech.
And if I win?
I'll become your apprentice?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't like you.
Okay, how about this? If I lose, I'll squeal like a pig in public and say, IPC mechs are a total joke! And I'll even print that on every mech on the transport ship. Deal?
So, he just changed barking into squealing, and that's supposed to be a different story?
Squealing isn't enough. You also need to apologize to the owner of the Sleepless Earl and take back what you said about Xianzhou swordplay.
Fine, fine, I get it. But you've got to actually beat me with that little scrap of metal first. You all heard it, right? We'll meet again in 15 days. Let's go.
Are you okay?
Yes. Thank you all for your timely help. The shop facing a bit of flack from visitors is a minor issue, but Miss March's decisions to challenge him is serious. Oh, I feel responsible as if the shop has inconvenienced you.
Don't worry. I can't stand by and watch someone be bullied. I have to stand up against injustice, no matter what.
Not only do you speak like a hero from an immersia, but you also have a kind heart. Your charisma has completely won me over, Miss March.
I'm not quite a hero. Yet.
I know you're here for the tea ceremony. Please come inside.
Thanks for the invitation, but right now, I just want to focus on practicing swordplay. Masters, let's save the tea for later.
Sure, the tea can wait for now. However, I have a question, Miss March. How confident are you about the bet you just made?
I don't think March has given it any thought at all.
Come on, how could I possibly lose?
You're right. It seems she really hasn't considered anything. I don't see any issue with it. Let March give it a shot. As long as she trains diligently, I believe she can easily deal with that hunk of IPC scrap metal.
As long as she trains diligently.
I'm now filled with determination, Masters. I'll learn swordplay well and teach that guy a lesson. You're my most trusted friend. You'll be my assistant teacher and make sure I learn swordplay properly.
Three teachers and one apprentice.
If I can't learn swordplay well, I'll have no one to blame but myself. Masters, Mr. Teaching Assistant, let's go back and start the training now. IPC guy will show up in 15 days. I've gotta become a sword master by then.
Becoming a sword master in a mere 15 days is quite challenging.
But we can't lose our momentum, Master Yunli.
Momentum alone will only keep you going for about 3 days. If you really want to stick with it, you need a solid plan.
No worries. I've found my professional teaching assistant to help me organize the lessons, so there won't be any problems.
I'll be sure to arrange lessons for March.
Rest assured, Masters. If not in me, at least place your faith in him, my trusty sidekick.
Miss March is really passionate about learning swordplay, and now she has a clear goal in mind. That's a good thing for her. There are many ways to defeat villains, but if you want to become a true hero, you have to focus on self-improvement. I hope you will always remember this, Miss March.
Got it. It's all etched into my memory.
Since you've got that in mind, it's time for me to set some targets for you.
Please, go ahead, Master Yunli.
We'll have 3 exams during these 15 days. If you pass our tests, those pieces of IPC scrap won't stand a chance. But if you fail...
That would mean Yunli is a terrible teacher. And if that's the case, I hope you won't force yourself to take on the challenge, Miss March.
Hey! You are the terrible teacher here.
I understand. In the Immersia, the disciple and the master share both honor and disgrace. If the apprentice fails, the master loses face too.
Well, there aren't that many customs on the Xianzhou. I'm just worried about you getting hurt.
But as long as you practice diligently and pass the tests, we'll feel confident about your duel. Now, let's go back to the first question I asked you. I'm sure you found a reason to wield your sword, right, Miss March?
Absolutely! I wield my sword to become a hero. I want to fight for justice, punish the wicked, and make them quiver in fear and run away when they see me.
Then keep that fire burning, and learn with all your heart.
You haven't said much, Mr. Teaching Assistant. Any suggestions before we officially start training?
Friends on the road bring twists of the fate.
Twists? Like the ones in those Swordmaster novels? But I wonder what kind of unexpected twists I'll encounter.
Accidentally consume a divine elixir?
It'd be pretty awesome if that actually happened. That's enough chit-chat for now. Don't forget to keep an eye on my swordplay practice.
"4 days until sword trial. As the swordplay assistant, you will be arranging March 7th swordplay sessions and helping her with mastering sword moves to prepare her to defeat Skott in 15 days.
Miss March, the key to mastering the sword lies in understanding various sword moves.
Cut the fluff. Let March get hands-on and learn a few sword moves directly. Swordplay is the very essence of all sword moves and can unleash immense power in combat.
Let's start by setting a tiny goal. Learn the sword move, Cutting Cold.
Art Ascension represents the culmination of March 7th's sword training. The higher the Sword Art Ascension ranks, the stronger March 7th's combat prowess becomes. Sword Art Ascension can be improved by continuously learning sword moves.
Set this swordplay as your learning goal, and you can check the required stats for mastering it here.
You can boost your stats by setting up targeted training sessions. Practice exactly what you need to improve.
Jime leads to Wu Wang. Wu Wang leads to Tongren. Tongren leads to Da Yu.
You keep muttering those words. Do you even know what they mean?
Absolutely not. Hi-ya! Ah! Master, I've done it!
Don't even try to fool me with the skewers you just bought.
Got found out!
Come on, don't miss out! The gong does sound and the show's unbound. Today's showstopper, stone smashing with electric drill.
I've never heard of this.
Who knew there was a way to train like this?
Move this slab away from me, I quit. Grace and intent of a crane? Might and form of a tiger. Tiger crane dual fist stance. Master, hurry up on the camera. I can't hold it any longer.
Okie dokie. Now let's continue with the training.
That's enough training for today. I need time to absorb everything.
3 days until sword trial.
Training will consume mood. If my mood isn't good, efficiency will also decrease.
Balancing work and rest is crucial. Press here to schedule an excursion to restore mood. Swordplay sessions can take a lot of time. Press here to speed up passage of time.
Qingque invites you and March 7th to the games parlor to play Celestial Jade. Watch the player after you, keep an eye on the player across from you, and be wary of the player before you.
March, you won again?
It's so fun playing Celestial Jade. Jime leads to Wu Wang. Wu Wang leads to Tongren. Tongren leads to Da Yu.
You keep muttering those words. Do you even know what they mean?
Absolutely not.
Back and forth are always practicing crosstalk at the Starkip Haven dock. You pass by with March 7th, let's listen to what these two are talking about. These two are using the same old jokes to trick the audience again, so the two of you heckled back and forth, who were forced to practice their crowd work and improvised quite a bit on the spot.
With the combined comedic talent of us two, we're more than stage ready.
Hee hee, our comedic duo's name will be the Pinky and the Gray.
Sword art anecdote. A day spent sword training is always full of interesting stories. Nearing the war dance, many unfamiliar travelers appear at the Starskiff Haven. A disheveled, unkept old man accosts March 7th. He observes her extraordinary physique and is persistent in his hawking of martial arts secret manuals. But the old man has a rule. Only one manual may be sold. At this moment, March 7th's choice is...
What do you recommend? Aerial Dance Cloudwalker.
I don't think so. You have to at least learn to jump first.
Hi-ya! Ah! Master, I've done it!
Don't even try to fool me with the skewers you just bought.
Got found out!
2 days until sword trial.
Give up! You can't beat me!
Do you want me to beat you?
Maybe you shouldn't talk.
Alas, it all fell on me in the end.
Beat tweet! Whoop whoop! Clink clank boom doom.
What ingenium sounds like this?
Prototypical cosmic Combatron. March 7th.
Diners at Spices Supreme are constantly coming and going. You waited a long time before finally being seated. However, the hunger from waiting is the best seasoning. As the two of you savored the food and exchanged recent trivialities of life, time seemed to pass particularly slowly.
Next time, let's invite everyone from the Express.
I've already favorited the shop.
You're holding nothing at all.
What was that just now?
It's me, Woof!
You're lying!
One day until sword trial.
Did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all.
You're holding nothing at all.
What was that just now?
It's me, Woof!
You're lying!
Sword art anecdote. A day spent sword training is always full of interesting stories. A martial challenge has been sent to the Palace of Astrum's rear garden. March 7th's daily sword training has garnered the attention of the Low Fu Folk Swordsmanship Association, self-named. They will dispatch their prize student to challenge the rising martial star March 7th. The local association has no class at all. Yunli gets March to make the utmost preparations. On the eve of the duel, March 7th decides...
How should I go about this? I'll embark on a sword training montage.
So, you weren't really serious about your training before this?
I learned so much today. Well done, me.
Day of the sword trial.
Today, you'll face your first test. It's all about the basics.
Oh, I know. It's float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, right?
That's boxing? But close enough, I guess.
Grasping the basics is crucial to mastering swordplay, Miss March. Focus on wielding your sword properly, making your thrusts swift and strikes brisk.
And parries should be fluid and nimble. Got it.
See? Even March is getting bored of your rambling.
But I'm actually not bored at all.
Miss March is still a novice, so I'm giving her some tips on the basics to help her better understand them. Neglecting the basics will only make you vulnerable in a fight, even for an extraordinary sword master like you, Yunli.
Just focus on your teaching. Why bring me into this?
What? Didn't General Huoyan offer you any guidance?
Looks like your general hasn't told you to stop hopping around like a sparrow in a fight, huh?
Guys, let's save the seminar for later.
Miss March has been learning the basics of swordplay, and now it's time to put her knowledge to the test.
Unsheath your swords and show me what you've got, March.
According to the schedule, there's a test today, right? I'm ready.
The sword trial must be completed by March 7th alone. The entire battle will proceed automatically, and no assistance from teammates is allowed. The higher March 7th sword art ascension ranks, the easier it will be to pass the trial. Successfully completing the trial will enhance her stats and restore her mood.
Another step closer to star-crazing glass greatsword. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch this! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch this! Awesome! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch
Miss March, your progress in the art of swordplay has been remarkably fast. It is truly commendable.
Looks like I passed the test, right?
Yeah. Well done. You passed with flying colors.
Great! Hey, hurry up and congratulate me.
Don't get too cocky. You still have 2 more tests to go.
Jeez, you sound just like those parents on the Sien show. Can't I get some praise now?
You're amazing, March. You've mastered the basics.
I couldn't have done it without my masters and you, Mr. Teaching Assistant. So if I were to take on that IPC guy now, what would you say are my chances?
You already have a martial arts background and plenty of real combat experience. With swordplay guidance from me and Yun Li, if you were to challenge the IPC's security mechs now, I believe...
You wouldn't stand a chance.
Yun Li's... right.
No chance? Hey, are you trying to crush my confidence? I'm the kind of girl who performs better when I'm showered with praise, just so you know.
Our March can totally crush those mechs, even with one hand tied behind her back.
I'm not that confident, but thank you for believing in me.
I thought teaching March was just something of a hobby, but now, actually seeing her progress gives me a sense of accomplishment.
Oh, really? So now you finally acknowledge her talent, Master Yun Li? Don't worry, Miss March. I've been serious about teaching you from the start.
Oh, don't try to cause a rift between us. Every move and technique I taught March is straight from the Juming art of swordplay.
15 days of training is short, Miss March. Whether you pass or fail this test, I hope you'll continue with the basics, because that's your best shot at winning. After every test, the General would take me to the Artisanship Commission for sword maintenance. Let's go, Miss March. Today, I'll follow the General's example as a way of acknowledging your progress.
Thank you, Master Yanqing.
Moments later, in a dark corner on the Lawfo.
So, have you found any information about her?
Yeah, that girl is one of the nameless on the Astral Express. Oh, she's no pushover. Don't you think this bet's a bit too risky?
Yeah, it is. So what? Have you seen those big shots in the Strategic Investment Department? Do they ever make safe bets? She thinks she can fool me by flying under the radar? You there! Get me the most powerful mech we've got!
Understood. Checking the inventory now.
Now I'm curious to see what this 15-day crash course apprentice is really capable of.
"4 days until sword trial.
Let's do this! That's enough training for today. I need time to absorb everything. Wonder what I'll run into today.
March 7th is frustrated about how to improve her swordplay, but then encountered a familiar figure.
Long time no see, T-Soy Pogs and Miss March 7th.
Houhuo, hurry up and save the possessed March 7th.
Hang in there, Miss March. I'll get the talisman out right now. Don't worry, Huohuo. I'm not possessed. He's just pulling your leg. It's been a while. What are you doing here?
I'm taking a break at Starskiff Haven. Just watching the Starskiffs sail one by one, it's really relaxing. Being a Ten Lords Commission judge is pretty stressful too, I bet. 2? Have you run into something that's been weighing heavily on your mind, Miss March 7th?
I've started picking up she and Joe swordplay, so there's been some academic stress and social stress.
You elaborate on the matter of the upcoming duel between March 7th and that IPC busybody. I think I get the gist of it. It's not easy trying to master a school's swordplay in such a short time. No wonder Miss March 7th is stressed out. I know some evil warding swordplay, so if you need some help...
Ha! You can't even hold your sword steady. Don't think you're overestimating your skills?
Shoo, sure I can't hold it steady, but I'm better than you. You don't even have hands.
Ooh, the timid fry's got a sharp tongue. If you were in the war dance ring and I possessed you, you'd have to try really hard to lose to that brat from the seat of divine foresight.
Master Yanqing is really powerful. You sure you aren't just blowing smoke, Mr. Tail?
As long as I possess someone of extraordinary caliber and absorb that person's memories and emotions, I can master the exact same technique. Isn't that the fastest way to do it if you want to learn that brat's swordplay?
No! I won't undo the seal!
Tsk, tsk. I guess your desire to help your friend is only worth this much, eh?
Thank you both for looking out for me. Tissoy Pogs, I wonder what you think about this shortcut.
Time is tight. It's a good idea to borrow a save file.
Save file? When you put it that way, it does sound like asking to borrow a hardcore player's save file. But once Mr. Tail leaves, I'd still be left empty-handed.
You also think it's a bad idea, right, Miss March?
Bah! And here I was trying to be nice. Even if you wanted it, I wouldn't help you now.
Madam Hanya just sent over a zombie case. Looks like break time's over. We'll talk again, Miss March.
Catch you later!
What scuttles off in a hurry?
After giving it some thought, I think there's something to be gleaned from Mr. Tail's suggestion. When I see Huohuo again, I should ask for advice from both her and Mr. Tail.
Three days until sword trial. During sword training, March 7th can receive assistance from companions, enhancing the efficiency of her training and excursions.
Starting today, I too will help Miss March with her sword training. Please choose the assist effect. Look! Training or excursion activities that satisfy the assist effect will be highlighted. Another new move under my belt. I gotta find time to try it out.
that anecdote. A day spent sword training is always full of interesting stories. March 7th has invited Huohuo to patrol Fyxestroll Garden together. As they are walking, Huohuo suddenly disappears. March 7th decides to return to the Pavilion of Cessation immediately. At least there are spiritfarers there. The quieter the place, the more likely one will hear strange noises. March 7th perks up her ears intently.
What do you recommend? Sounds like I can hear my own voice. Bah, but that may be just your inner voice. I learned so much today. Well done, me.
2 days until sword trial.
March's progress is incredible. Already qualified to fully master cutting cold.
Of course, let me fully grasp it. Another new move under my belt. I gotta find time to try it out.
The next goal is to build on this move and learn the next level of swordplay.
Oh, I totally get it. That's my new learning goal. Today. I need time to absorb everything. Wonder what I'll run into today.
March 7th gave up on letting the heliobus absorb emotions in exchange for sword skills. Just then, Huohuo was leaving because of a certain zombie-related case.
It's Tsoi Pogs and Miss March 7th, too. Huohuo, why do you look so dazed? We found 2 zombies near Fyxestroll Garden recently. Well, zombie might not be the right word. The victims had no heliobus traces on them, nor obvious external injuries, but they kept repeating some strange behavior. How interesting! Miss March 7th, please don't patronize me.
Must be a side effect from being scared silly.
That's entirely possible, but have I ever acted so strangely?
You run super fast. This matter's probably not that simple.
Just like when you and Tsoi Pogs formed the ghost hunting squad, let's analyze this together. Next up, let's have resident expert Huohuo introduce the case. Okay. Something might click if we put our brains together.
The first victim is a war dance combat registrant. Their muscles were rigid when they were discovered. Their arms were stretched out in front of them, and they were muttering all sorts of exercise rhymes. The second victim is also a war dance combat registrant. He is a former Cloud Knight proficient at the spear. He was discovered practicing pole vaulting with his spear.
The victims have something in common. They're both war dance contestants. It appears the culprit is expressly choosing war dance contestants as their targets.
March 7th, you're a participant too.
So, I'll be the next target then?
You should give the analysis a rest first, and let us finish talking. Besides the fact that they were participants, they also had a similar characteristic. They're both fools who went to Fyxestroll Garden to poke around after reading the messages on the Low Fu's ghostly grove. These victims believed that Fyxestroll Garden's vengeful gloom would temper their skills, and decided to train here before their matches started, in some attempt to harness the worldly energies absorbed here. People still believe this mumbo-jumbo in this day and age? Finally, these two were shooed home by the Ten Lords commissioned spiritfarer on duty, Uncle G.U. They started acting funny the following day.
Mystery solved. Uncle G.U. is the murderer.
He's a member of our staff!
I think I've seen a similar story in a She and Joe Immersia. Does this Uncle G.U. have two disciples, and one of them got bitten by a zombie, and the other got charmed by a female ghost?
Our Uncle G.U. has no disciples?
Cut down on your Immersia addiction and touch some grass.
But since you want to join the war dance, you must be careful. Don't forget to contact me if anything happens.
Good luck, Huohuo. Hope you catch the culprit and close the case soon.
Goodbye.
Huohuo scuttles off in a hurry.
If that Heliobus targets war dance contenders on purpose, T-Soy Pogs, how about we try our luck at Fyxestroll Garden when we've got time? We might be able to help Huohuo.
One day until sword trial.
Yay! Starting today, we can go on a midnight paranormal hunt together in Fyxestroll Garden. Midnight paranormal hunt not only restores our mood, but also increases strength and tenacity stats.
Sword art anecdote. A day spent sword training is always full of interesting stories. Before a certain tombstone at Fox Som Tomb, a heliobus stops Huohuo and March 7th. I have heard that you desire superior swordplay, and I have come forth to impart it to you. This ancient tomb swordplay of mine requires that two people's hearts are joined as one, till two swords become one. The heliobus instructs the duo to train together. Huohuo hints to March 7th that the heliobus's words aren't totally trustworthy. March 7th looks over to Huohuo.
Don't worry, I know how to use two swords at the same time.
Oh, I didn't know Miss March was capable of multitasking.
Day of the sword trial.
Grandpa always said that everything can be a sword, and that there are endless possibilities for learning swordplay in this vast world. If you want to defeat your opponent, you'll need your own secret move.
Speaking of secret moves, I've prepared some flaming potent tea.
Huh? Is that the flaming potent tea from Arumali?
You got it! I saw this immersion where the hero drank the flaming potent tea and started stumbling and shaking all over the place. But then he managed to defeat his father's murderer with his drunken swordplay.
Good example. Do you know how to do the drunken swordplay?
No. I figured I could just learn it by drinking flaming potent tea.
That's not how it works in real life, Miss March.
Do you have any other tricks up your sleeve, March?
Absolutely. I've learned a lot from my adventures.
I've heard you've traveled a lot, Miss March. I'm excited to see how you incorporate your experiences into your swordplay moves.
Your opponent this time is similar to the IPC mechs. Unsheath your swords and give it everything you've got.
According to the schedule, there's a test today, right? I'm ready. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's this? Yeah! Awesome! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's this?
March, your skills are quite good. Come practice with me as well.
Phew, that was tough.
Those moves were pretty unconventional, but the way you've blended them into your swordplay was impressive. It's like you've developed your own unique style, Miss March. So, I thought you were just wasting your time traveling around with Yun Li's encouragement. It seems like it's paid off.
Well, looks like someone's finally seeing sense.
Thank you both for your guidance. So, did I pass the test?
Without a doubt, you aced it.
Awesome! Hey, Mr. Teaching Assistant, isn't it about time you showered me with praise?
Yeah, congratulations.
I won't be modest this time. My skills have improved by leaps and bounds.
General Qingque once told me that everyone has the potential to be my master. Not just Cloud Knight instructors, but also artists and outsiders. Actually, I was once convinced by Guinifin into swallowing a sword. That's definitely not something you learn from regular practice.
So, what do you think your odds are, March?
Maybe around 30 or 40%?
You don't seem as confident as last time. What's up?
Well, I've gained a deeper understanding of swordplay, and I'm more aware of my own strengths now. By the way, in those immersion stories, the sword masters always hide their true strength before a decisive battle.
Yep, those who boast that win usually end up losing.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
From the test, I can tell that you still need some time to master your swordplay. But you did pretty well. Milk tea is on me today.
Yeah!
Moments later, in a dark corner on the loft,
The progress report on the nameless girl's sword training is complete. What should I do now, Specialist Skott?
Huh? Are you being sarcastic or something?
I mean, don't I have other important tasks to do? It feels like a bit of a waste of time to keep tabs on some random girl's swordplay training.
Waste of time? No! This is about safeguarding the reputation of the IPC and the honor of the Ember Lord. Are you saying that March 7th can actually take down an Arumaton from the Artisanship Commission with a sword? Come on, an Arumaton is no match for our state-of-the-art mechs. Go and strengthen our mechs even further. I refuse to believe that little sliver of metal can actually challenge our cutting-edge technology.
But the armor's already pretty thick.
No, it's not enough. Reinforce it more. If I lose face, it's like losing face for the IPC and the Ember Lord. Can we afford to let that happen?
Understood.
"4 days until sword trial.
I'll fight 10!
Sword art anecdote. A day spent sword training is always full of interesting stories. March 7th has been invited by several Spiritfarers to play a spirit summoning game. In the eyes of Ten Lords Commission staff, spirit summoning is nothing but a game of superstition that tests the tenacity of the physical. But after March 7th asks how she can improve her sword skills, the Spiritfarers slyly begin to nudge the planchette ever so slightly. March 7th decides to obtain the answer that she wants.
How should I go about this?
I shall signal to Tail to sneakily possess me and pretend to be a spirit.
Huh?
Houhuo is a dum-dum. The spirit, eh?
I learned so much today. Well done, me. Wonder what I'll run into today.
After helping Huohuo gather evidence related to the zombie case, March 7th thinks the culprit is hidden in the Fyxestroll garden. To help Huohuo resolve the zombie case, you and March 7th arrived in Fyxestroll garden in the middle of the night. The heliobus is focused specifically on attacking war dance contestants. As expected, you encountered an undesired guest.
Whoa, this is amazing. You've got a spiritual light gushing out of your crown. To have the physique of a martial prodigy at such a young age, you're a martial genius who only appears once in a century.
You should stop lavishing your praises on March 7th. She might actually believe you.
What did you mean, huh? I'm a born martial genius.
As long as you let me attach on you, your core meridians will be instantly activated, allowing you to attain a century's worth of effort in no time. Victory at the war dance will be a cakewalk.
Ha ha! Trying to appeal to my competitive spirit? No can do. Stop cowering in the shadows and show yourself.
Fine, you got me. Honestly, though, I'm master of all the martial arts across all schools. Just let me touch your head, and I'll be able to impart all my skills to you in the blink of an eye.
At what price? I don't suppose it's becoming a zombie and sputtering gibberish, is it? Forget it, I'm not learning any of that.
You don't want to? I'm afraid that's not up to you. I give my lessons free of charge. You have no choice but to learn them.
All March 7th can see before her is darkness. Countless martial arts of myriad unarmed styles all surging into her mind. Unfortunately, though, not a single move is related to swordplay.
Fear not, Miss March. Here I come. I was almost too late.
Thank goodness you were here, Huohuo. Has that overly enthusiastic heliobus been subdued?
Yes, I've subdued that vagrant heliobus in the Luna Umbra gourd.
Ugh, I suddenly can't move my arms and legs.
I'll apply a talisman on you, and then you need to have a good rest.
Sometime later?
I think I've gotten to the bottom of this zombie mystery. This heliobus preyed on the competitive will of contenders to channel all its martial mantras into their minds. How to raise your arms and legs, how to move your body. Infinite information surging into your mind non-stop. A pity we're not like Heliobi. Such a massive magnitude of information will only overload our minds and render us immobile.
The body can't keep up with the mind.
While it was just for a short time, I felt like I could see everything, hear everything, but I couldn't do a single thing. So this is what it means when the body can't keep up with the mind?
Now that you've recovered, I should be getting back to seal this heliobus. We'll meet again.
Goodbye, Huohuo.
Huohuo scuttles off in a hurry.
I was thinking about spending some time with Huohuo today, but she's got stuff to do. Let's chat again next time. It's draining being possessed by a heliobus. T-soy pogs. Let's go grab something tasty to eat.
Three days until sword trial.
Did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all. today. Well done, me.
2 days until sword trial. Sword art anecdote. A day spent sword training is always full of interesting stories. March 7th has invited Huohuo to patrol Fyxestroll Garden together. While on patrol, they somehow stumble into a strange area. Was there such a place in Fyxestroll Garden? Huohuo is somewhat suspicious. Maybe March 7th has a way to leave this place.
What do you recommend?
I'll rely on my instinct, trust my gut, and pick a direction. Miss March, how about, trusting my instinct instead?
Today!
March 7th was possessed and paralyzed by a heliobus that liked to teach people. Thankfully, Huohuo arrived to save her.
The Ten Lords Commission has sealed away that heliobus who's always eager to act as a tutor. It won't be harming anyone anymore. The war dance participants who fell to its antics are also slowly recovering their senses. It's all thanks to you and Taisoi Pogs that this mini helio-bi wars has been quelled. Thanks to you too, Huohuo. No wonder you're a Ten Lords Commission judge. You had something you wished to say last time. It's about when Mr. Tail said that the memories of swordplay practice could be channeled into me. I have to admit that I was the teeniest bit tempted. Just a tiny bit.
My idea's pretty decent, eh?
I wanted to have Mr. Tail help me out then, to at least learn a move or two. But I was too embarrassed to admit it.
Luckily, Huohuo was too busy to let you have your way.
You can rephrase that to, March 7th's willpower far surpasses ordinary people. If I hadn't run into that heliobus, I wouldn't have understood the sheer distance between my knowledge and mastery of swordplay. That's not a shortcut to learning swordplay at all. I very much agree with Miss March 7th on this.
Though I've heard of a much milder and safer method that the Garden's messengers have, that can shove non-existent swordplay memories into your mind. In that case, will you still refuse?
I might still have to decline. I think that I have to put my own thought into it and experience it myself to eventually turn Master Yan Qing's sword and Master Yunli's sword into March 7th sword.
You make a good point there, girlie.
If my journey was nothing more than a copy and paste process, I'd never be able to surpass the two masters.
Sounds like you've had quite the epiphany.
For me to be waxing philosophical pearls of wisdom, that should mean I've attained new heights with my swordplay. Am I right?
Spouting passages from a self-help book makes you all enlightened now. If you really think you're all that, you should be training even harder on your swordplay.
I've got a block of free time after attending to this matter. Miss March 7th, if you need help taking on Skott, come see me anytime. Mr. Tail and I will definitely help you out. Sure, thanks Huohuo and Mr. Tail.
One day until sword trial.
Today. I need time to absorb everything.
Day of the sword trial.
Before we start the test, there's something I need to tell you, Miss March. I've received a challenge letter from Skott. He's made thorough preparations, contacting the Realm Keeping Commission, and getting approval for a martial arts exchange event. He even chose Arumali as the venue. Seems like he has some connections there. However, according to the rules, the person receiving the challenge letter has the right to decline the challenge.
Declining would be like admitting defeat. Of course I'll accept it.
But before that, you need to pass the final test, the graduation exam.
Is it that you don't want to teach her anymore, Master Yanqing?
No way. Master Yanqing has been great to me.
Well, it's not really graduation. It's just that the opponent for this exam is your master, Yanqing.
When General Jing Yuan was teaching me swordplay, he used to personally spar with me during crucial moments to assess my skills.
After all, the master should be the one who is most aware of their students' strengths and weaknesses.
But, Master Yanqing, facing you in a duel, do I really stand a chance?
How will we ever find out if you don't even try? Are you only scared because I'm your opponent, Miss March?
Unsheath your swords and get ready, Miss March. The duel starts now!
The final test. I'm a little nervous. Oh, come on, March 7th. You got this! closer to star-crazing glass greatsword.
You're all in on it. Punish evil. Out of moves.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's dead?
Cut through the ranks. Sword, heed me.
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's dead? Awesome! Now what's this?
You're all in on it.
Not very sportsmanlike.
Punish evil. I'm just warming up.
Not very sports. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's dead? Oh, I get it! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's dead?
I failed.
Master Yanqing, did you go easy on me? Haha.
Not bad. You've made it this far, Miss March. You've passed the exam.
Oh!
The tests are all over, but the real trial is just about to begin.
Ha! I told you compliments make me better.
With your swordblade skills, you can effortlessly take down IPC Max, March.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident too.
But looking back, haven't you learned something more important than just swordplay?
Yeah, I've not only learned swordplay from masters, but I've also met a bunch of people and gained a lot of insights from my experiences.
Those experiences will nourish your sword skills. It's just like Master Yunli said. Everything can be a sword, and there are endless possibilities for learning swordplay in the vast world.
That actually makes sense. Now, I'd love to hear your suggestions on how to defeat Skott.
Defeat him fair and square with your sword.
Yeah, I'll show Skott the power of the Xianzhou swordplay that he despises.
I remember Yanqing once said, there are many ways to defeat villains. But if you want to become a true hero, you have to focus on self-improvement. Do you feel any closer to becoming the great hero you've always dreamed of?
Ah, yes, absolutely. great hero within me is definitely up to the task.
Well, if it isn't our hero, March 7th.
I'm not hiding or backing down. You challenged me, and I'm here to accept it. But I'm curious, why pick our room alley of all places? It's packed with tourists around, and it'd be bad if someone got hurt.
Why Alroom Alley? Well, your buddy knows the answer to that.
Well, this is the place you lost a bet and barked like a dog, after all.
I can't deny it. That fateful day left a mark on me. That's why I chose this place. I want to show all those people who laughed at me that I can stand on my own 2 feet again. They'll be like, what? That Skott is back again? What's he got up to this time? They'll see that I, Skott, who was once shamed in front of everyone, is back in Alroom Alley to restore his honor. They'll see that it won't be me squealing like a pig today, but you!
Are you even seeking revenge on the right person?
Right person? No. I want to enact revenge on the entirety of Alroom Alley.
But then, wait, where does bullying the owner of the Sleepless Earl fit in with all of this?
Ah! Shut up! Look, I have my principles. I refuse to spend my life haunted by what happened in Alroom Alley. Do you think I'm just some sort of IPC small fry? I've been patient for so long, just waiting for the right moment. I don't care about proving my greatness. It's about showing everyone in Alroom Alley that I will reclaim what was taken from me!
You should reclaim your dignity in a more respectable way.
Instead of resorting to such despicable methods.
I've been keeping an eye on you. Seriously, do you really believe that you, a rookie who's only been learning swordplay for 15 days, can defeat my invincible mechs? Dream on! Enough with the talk. Let's get down to business, boys.
Huh. Once you bite the dust, you'll know what I'm capable of. Not very sportsmanlike. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What's this? White Tiger, less cards! What's this?
Ah! You pathetic losers! How did you all lose to that rookie?
Hey, stop blaming others! Didn't you lose to me too?
So, does that mean I have to... No way! This can't be happening! How could a tiny piece of scrap metal defeat the IPC's mechs? You guys must have cheated! This doesn't count! I demand a rematch!
Scrap metal, huh? The key to victory is never the weapon. It's the person wielding it!
But let's not forget about our bet.
Yeah, let's not forget our bet!
Enough! Fine. I've done this before anyway. I apologize. I want to apologize to the owner of the Sleepless Earl. It's my fault for causing trouble, making a scene on purpose.
What about the squealing like a pig part?
Yeah, don't forget the squealing!
Make him squeal! Make him squeal!
Hold on a sec. I want to get this on video.
It's happening all over again. All right! But before I squeal like a pig, there's something else I want to say. IPC mechs are a total joke. Oink! Oink, oink! Oink! Oink, oink! Oink!
Skott leave the dock with his head hanging low. This brief interlude has concluded, yet March 7th's pursuit of the art of swordplay shall continue.
To have attained such achievements, I'm truly the Astral Express's sword champion.
A truly great swordmaster is not created through intelligence and training alone. They also require a great heart. The practice dummy system will assist you in completing various types of swordplay training. What are your intentions from here?
Help March 7th with her sword
I
training.
kinda want a milk tea. Let's go get one after training.
March 7th can complete the story through various sword art escapades. Different She and Joe escapades, companion assists, sword art anecdotes, and even different ways to ultimately finish the story. Each time the story is completed through a sword art escapade, March 7th will gain Trialed Insight, which will enhance her stats when she starts a new round of training. After completing the story through Sword Art Escapade, the finale rewind feature for that specific escapade will be unlocked, allowing you to quickly explore different story endings.
Oh, right. If different people were to practice swordplay with you, different stories will unfold, right?
I was just wondering if there is a chance to have adventures with other buddies.
Turning back the clock to when March 7th just passed the final sword trial?
Not bad. You've made it this far, Miss March. You've passed the exam.
Oh!
Yeah, congratulations.
Ha! I told you compliments make me better.
With your swordplay skills, you can effortlessly take down IPC mechs, March.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident too.
But looking back, haven't you learned something more important than just swordplay?
Yeah! I've not only learned swordplay from masters, but I've also met a bunch of people and gained a lot of insights from my experiences.
Those experiences will nourish your sword skills. It's just like Master Yunli said. Everything can be a sword, and there are endless possibilities for learning swordplay in the vast world.
That actually makes sense. Now, I'd love to hear your suggestions on how to defeat Skott.
Maybe there's another method we can use.
Let's do it! I already have an idea!
I remember Yanqing once said, there are many ways to defeat villains. But if you want to become a true hero, you have to focus on self-improvement. Do you feel any closer to becoming the great hero you've always dreamed of?
Yes, absolutely! The great hero within me is definitely up to the task.
You two, we heard that Skott sent you a challenge, so we were wondering if there's anything we can do to help you defeat him.
Thanks, Huohuo. You've already been a huge help by teaching me how to use the exercising tools. Even though I've only been learning swordplay for a short time, I'm confident I can take down the IPC mechs.
Don't mention it. It's actually me who should be thanking you, March.
But seriously, didn't he kick Scott's butt already? So why is he back again? Don't humans ever learn from their mistakes?
No, Mr. Tail. There's a saying, revenge is a dish best served cold. But Skott hardly has any patience. He couldn't resist the temptation to get back at us. Still, if that's how I beat him, it'd be a little less satisfying.
So, what would be your ideal way of teaching him a lesson?
Actually, I have no idea.
I get it. Some people never learn, no matter how many times you knock them down. They'll never admit defeat or learn anything.
So, how do we get him to admit defeat?
Do you have any ideas, Mr. Tail?
Listen, kid, I'm not trying to rag on you, but you're always playing into Scott's hands with your approach. He set up these rules for a fight between his mechs and your sword, and you agreed. Then he laid out what to do if you win or lose, and you agreed again. It's basically just another one of Scott's organized sports events, and it's not even fun if you win.
Rules are made to be broken.
Hey, cut it out, kid. Just leave the cool catchphrases to me. I'm a heliobus, and I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Just remove my seal.
Are you planning to possess Skott?
Just possessing him won't be enough. I'm gonna get inside his head. Just wait and see. I'll make Skott change his mind and admit defeat wholeheartedly. What do you say?
Oh, you're awesome, Mr. Tail.
I'll leave it to you then, Mr. Tail.
Following Mr. Tail's advice, Huohuo made some preparations, and then you head to Aurum Alley as promised.
Well. If it isn't our hero, March 7th.
I'm not hiding or backing down. You challenged me, and I'm here to accept it.
We're here to fight. What's wrong with you people? Sending me a threatening letter? Who are you trying to scare?
A threatening letter? What are you even talking about?
Oh, stop playing dumb. Didn't you slip this into my pocket?
Mr. Skott, a great sinner of arrogance and insolence. You have inflated inflicted your twisted lust for power upon that innocent shop owner and insulted the extraordinary art of Xianzhou swordplay. We have decided to make you confess all your crimes in person. The time for change is now. Your twisted desires will be stripped away by us.
The writing is terrible. I wouldn't have understood it if you hadn't just read it to me.
What the heck did you just say?
Hey, who said that?
No one said anything. You must have imagined it.
Well, enough for chit-chat. March 7th, I'm going to make you bark. I didn't even see her draw her sword. Time seemed to freeze, and all I saw was a flash of green fire. In an instant, I remembered staring out at the sea as a child, glimpsing a faint green light through the thick fog, which turned out to be the home of that girl, Rakshmi. Seriously, who lights a green lantern in their house? Those guys must be nuts. Why am I suddenly remembering these things? Is my life flashing before my eyes? Am I dead?
Looks like this is Scott's mind. I'd better find where his most twisted desires are lurking.
Skott, get your butt over here.
This guy looks just like his old man. Humans spend decades trying to heal their childhood traumas, and Skott might be no different.
What's with all the yelling on the weekend, Dad? We're sleeping.
Sleeping? How many times do I have to tell you? Do credits sleep? Does the free market sleep? Does the invisible hand sleep? Forget it, we'll discuss this later. Pafana's parents came by earlier. They heard about Pafana breaking his leg while playing Skydart, and they found out that you carried him to the hospital. So they decided to visit the father of their son's best friend.
So, Skott was kind-hearted as a kid.
You idiot! Aren't you and Pafana competing for the captain position on the Skydart team? Why are you befriending your own rival? And you even carried him to the hospital? You're such a caring guy, aren't you? Lyndon Skott, how many times have I told you that our Skott family crest is the Lone Wolf, and our family motto is no enemies, no friends, only prey. Would you carry your prey to the hospital?
Well, little Skott was pretty unfortunate to be born into such a family.
But, Dad, I broke his leg on purpose. If I hadn't taken him to the hospital, others would have suspected me.
Wait, what?
So that's how it is. Oh, gee. I'm so sorry, Skott. I shouldn't have scolded you. I apologize.
It's okay, Dad, because you're the best.
I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It seems his most twisted desires aren't here.
Skott Sr., you're suspected of accepting a huge bribe. Now come with us.
Ah, the old guy got caught!
I knew this day would eventually come. I only have one question, Captain. Who sold me out?
An internal tip-off. We're not allowed to disclose any details.
An internal tip-off. Most of those involved have neither the motive nor the evidence. Who could it be?
It was me, Dad. I turned you in.
You? Skott? You're the one who turned me in?
Oh, man! This guy is heartless! The old guy looks like he's about to cry!
I'm so proud of you.
Proud?
Dad.
Use me as a stepping stone to reach greater heights. Lyndon Skott, you are the pride of the Skott family. A true lone wolf. And your dad is so proud of you.
I'll do as you've taught me, Father.
Jeez, this guy is simply hopeless. His most twisted desires aren't here at all.
Hey, Skott. My best buddy. I'm getting transferred to the Tartarian. Let's grab a drink after work.
This guy actually has friends? Maybe I can find something here that'll make him change his ways.
The Tartarian? That's the frontier fortification vessel, isn't it? You haven't slipped up at work lately, have you?
Ha ha ha! So it was you who meddled and got me transferred, right? No one else on our team has the skill to pull something like this off.
Come on! Why am I not surprised at all?
It couldn't be helped. Your position was so desirable, I had to make a move.
It's not just about the position, is it? There's also Rakshmi. No one will ever compete with you for her again.
Rakshmi? Glimpsing a faint green light through the thick fog. Could it be that Rakshmi is the love of Skott's life?
Please, promise me that you'll treat her well.
Of course, Ashavat. Go to the Tartarian without worries. I'll take care of her while you're away.
Seems like his most twisted desires are not here either.
How long have we known each other, Skott?
Around 7 or 8 years? Why?
We've been working together for so long, and I just realized our hometowns are so close to each other. Talk about a coincidence.
Yeah, we never get a chance to talk about this stuff at the office.
Oh, I didn't realize Skott was actually a scumbag with a pure heart.
All these years, there's something I've been keeping to myself. Too afraid to tell you.
You like me, don't you?
Why are you being so blunt?
Oh, well done, Skott. I like your straightforward style.
Yeah. I want to be your girlfriend, Skott.
Gotcha, Skott. Ooh, I found your weakness.
Gotcha! Gotcha off guard!
Wait, what?
I recorded everything! You know office romances are strictly forbidden in our department. Once I make this recording public, you'll never be able to compete with me for the specialist position.
What the?
Well... Alright. That's exactly what I love about you, Skott.
What the heck?
I'll step aside for you. But when the day comes that I surpass you in the same manner, I hope you'll acknowledge my intentions.
Thanks, but no thanks. I'm a lone wolf, remember?
Oh, he's such a jerk! Is that a wolf? Wait. No, that must be Skott himself. The crown behind him must be his most twisted desire. Oh, finally, I've found the depths of your hopeless soul. I'll strip away your twisted desires.
Who are you? This is my place. How did you get in here?
I can come and go as I please. Do I need your permission? Let me tell you something. In your quest to reach the top, you've trampled over everything that's decent.
It's all about success. I'm the pride of the Skott family, a certified lone wolf. I'll do whatever it takes to reach the pinnacle of life.
But are you truly happy? You've sacrificed your family, your friends, and your love. All for those meaningless credits. Ask yourself, are you truly happy?
Am I happy? Am I truly happy? Oh, I'm so happy! I'm ecstatic! You couldn't even begin to imagine how happy I am! Sacrificing my emotions? Ha! What a joke! What good do my emotions do me? Can they turn into a delicious meal or a glass of wine? Can they pilot a starship? Or buy me a mansion? So, answer me this. Do you think anyone would pay credits for my emotions? No way! But I can trade my credits for emotions. With enough credits, I can make anyone my friend.
This man is truly hopeless. Maybe I need to try a different approach this time.
But I'm not about to spend my hard-earned credits on something as pointless as emotions. I'm a lone wolf. A lone wolf from the Skott family. With no enemies or friends. Only prey.
Bring it on, Skott the Lone Wolf. I'll show you what I'm made of.
No dirty tricks, alright? Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all! Oh. Dreams do come true. Let the show begin! Stand still. It's on me. Relax. Time to say bye. Boom. Spend freely. Watch your head.
Dare attack me?
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all! Stand still.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
It's on me. Watch your head. Let the show begin! freely. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all!
Didn't hurt. Stand still.
Watch your head.
Get them!
It's on me. Let's improvise. Let the show begin!
Specialist Scott! Specialist Scott! What's the matter?
Oh.
Specialist Scott, March 7th swung her sword, and something green entered your body. Then you froze and started muttering something. Are you okay?
Hey! March 7th! What did you do to Specialist Scott?
Me? I didn't do anything. Seriously. Mr. Tail, what did you do to Skott?
You didn't drain all of his emotions, did you?
Come on, what are you thinking? I just stripped away his most twisted desire. Watch what's about to happen.
Oh, Skott seems weird. Did you really make him change his ways, Mr. Tail?
Well, this is my first time doing something like this, so I'm not sure how things will turn out.
You've managed to make a guy like him turn over a new leaf. You're amazing, Mr. Tail.
I'm even more amazing than you think. Look, it's kicking in now.
Specialist Scott, what's wrong with you?
Specialist Scott, snap out of it!
What have you done to him, Mr. Tail?
I removed his twisted desires, and now he's genuinely trying to become a lone wolf.
Good thing you're on our side.
Yeah, you'd ought to remember it's best not to make an enemy out of Huohuo.
Don't fight me, Specialist Scott! Run for your life! Specialist Scott has gone insane!
Several IPC workers take off immediately, and Skott pursues them on all fours.
Aw, I thought Mr. Tail would possess me and teach me some super cool Heliobus swordplay.
Nah, I told you I'm not really one for violence.
This brief interlude has concluded, yet March 7th's pursuit of the art of swordplay shall continue.
To have attained such achievements, I'm truly the Astral Express's sword champion.
A truly great swordmaster is not created through intelligence and training alone. They also require a great heart. The practice dummy system will assist you in completing various types of swordplay training. What are your intentions from here?
Help March 7th with her sword training.
Master Yenqing, Master Yunli, your teaching rocks! Shame my body can't keep up with my brain.
Time rewinds to when March 7th made the bet with Skott. March 7th need to practice swordplay strictly according to schedule and pass 3 trails in 15 days. Four days until sword trial.
Did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all. That's enough training for today. I need time to absorb everything. Wonder what I'll run into today.
March 7th is frustrated about how to improve her swordplay, but the Divination Commission's repository might have some texts that can help her.
Is that you, Qingque? I don't think I ever seen you taking your work seriously before.
It seems you have greatly misunderstood me. I'll have you know that I have always taken my job extremely seriously. I just happen to slack off for a few hours every now and then. Are you here at the Divination Commission to see the Master Diviner?
We're here to see you, of course.
To see me? Let me be clear, I will happily chat, but if you've come to me with work...
Out of the question.
You really do understand me. Wait, you're not planning on kicking back and drinking Startaro bubble tea while you watch us diviners work ourselves to the bone, are you? Then you'd make some ridiculous social media post about this being just another day on the Xianzhou Law Fu or something, right?
You've gotten the wrong idea, Miss Qingque. I came to the Divination Commission repository in search of an ultimate sword technique.
You're looking for a sword technique? I don't know what you mean.
You elaborate on the matter of the upcoming duel between March 7th and that IPC busybody.
I don't know a thing about sword fighting, but if it's a book you're after, I can be of some assistance.
I'm counting on you, Qingque.
Hold on. You know the rules. The Master Diviner has gone to the Yuchue Xianzhou to meet with General Yao Guang face to face. However, she has already pre-planned our daily workload for the entire next month thanks to her planning for every scenario. As if that wasn't bad enough. You know the Alchemy Commission's new Cauldron Master, don't you? As soon as she started her position, she waved her hand and ordered that the forbidden books confiscated from the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were to be brought to the Divination Commission repository for seating. Before I knew it, I was absolutely buried in work.
I get the feeling that all these jobs have something to do with books.
That's right. Our smart little March 7th has already figured it out. I see. You have come to the Divination Commission in search of a book, and I am in the process of organizing books here. Isn't that just perfect? It's almost as if I'm getting we'll be the best partners the cosmos has ever seen.
You were going to say free labor, weren't you?
We've known each other so long, and you still treat me like a stranger? As if I could make a visitor work for me. You two would be here on an undercover visit to experience the daily life of the Divination Commission.
T-Soy Pogs, let's go. We can ask another diviner.
Wait! Of course I would not just take advantage of you two like that. Rest assured that if you come and help me arrange these books, then you will be given permission to look at all the volumes kept in the Divination Commission. There. If you happen to come across a book recording secret sword techniques, that's a win for you as well.
Well, when you put it like that, there's no time to waste.
Wait, let's leave it her for now. It's time for me to finish work.
But...
It doesn't matter if the Master Diviner is here or not. We cannot have rumors about the Divination Commission using exploited labor getting out. Next time, remember to find me during work hours.
Qingque happily leaves the Divination Commission with a skip in her step.
She must be going to play Celestial Jade. Let's come and check out the Divination Commission again another time.
Three days until sword trial.
do this!
Sword art anecdote. A day spent sword training is always full of interesting stories. Yanqing extracts a Cloud Knight's officer's combat record from the Seer of Divine Foresight. Observing a seasoned Cloud Knight's spontaneous insight is great help to sword practice. Using the butterfly immerse, March 7th can feel as if she's personally in the war dance arena. Countless blades brush past within inches of flesh, truly intense and thrilling. Yanqing asks March 7th what she is feeling.
So scary. I'm better off just watching a video next time.
I heard from Tisoi Pogs that you've experienced far more dangerous encounters.
Two days until sword trial. Qingque put forth an offer of mutual aid to March 7th, allowing March free access to the book repository. The Divination Commission repository holds many soul copies and fragmented records on Cloud Knight's martial arts techniques covering all sorts of topics. March 7th browsed the materials intently, and after a long period of searching, found something that could be of some use.
Let me see, what have you found there? Look at this. Demon Binding Blade technique. It looks like some of this book is missing, but it's clearly some kind of super powerful secret text. Take a look at what it says at the beginning of this Demon Binding Blade technique. Does it say something like, if you wish to master this art, you must use your blade to take your own life?
It does. What does that mean?
It means that if you want to learn this school of swordsmanship, you have to harm your own body. Otherwise, learning this type of sword skill will cause you harm. In other words, it's like work. As long as you are involved in it, it will harm your body.
I feel like the scroll writer has bad intentions.
Not necessarily.
Well, what about this 99 Yang incantation?
Oh, I've heard about that one. Just from the name, you can tell that this technique is the pinnacle of the Yang techniques. Using it grants the user amazing muscle development. Their height shoots to 8 feet, their waist also grows to 8 feet, and their arm circumference does too. No one can withstand a single blow from such a powerful physique.
So are you still human after you master this?
This is martial arts. All that matters is subduing the enemy and taking victory. Who cares if you're still human-shaped afterward?
Naturally, all powerful techniques come with a cost.
I've always wanted to ask, who is it that sets these costs? The majority of the incomplete texts in the repository are failed examples of martial research and development. Not only do they require combinations with forbidden potions, like those found in the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, some of them even require all sorts of dangerous weapons. Of course, The martial research of our ancestors was always making progress. Look at this note here. It is possible to master the 99 Yang incantation while still maintaining your human form.
It's possible. I want to see what this master has to say.
I have indeed discovered a fascinating method. Unfortunately, I do not have enough space left on this paper, and it will not fit.
Sounds like this technique is going to be a whole essay.
Looks like finding a suitable ultimate sword technique for me is not going to be easy.
It is clear to me that you wish to subdue your enemies and take victory, yet you are scared to take on the risks of mastering a martial art. If you ask me, I don't think you absolutely have to accept these risks. After all, most people only fight to win an argument. I don't think that requires a huge cost. The heroes of Immersia stories always rely on only intense training and great skills to defeat their enemies. Then their stories end happily ever after. Since when was reality ever that simple?
Is that not realistic?
Vengeance, grievances, envy, shame. Humans have many complicated emotions. Do you really think things in the real world are as simple as, I defeat you, you defeat me? If fighting could resolve everything, there would be nowhere near as many worries in the real world.
Reality is so complicated.
I am a diviner after all. I have never believed that winning a battle means that a problem is solved. It's getting late. Let's leave it here for today. It's time to clock out. Good work, you two. Let's see if we can find someone to join us for a game of Jade.
Ha! Looks like we made no progress again today. Let's have another look next time we're at the Divination Commission.
One day until sword trial.
Another step closer to star-crazing Glass Greatsword.
A day spent sword training is always full of interesting stories. While March 7th is flipping through tomes in the Divination Commission's repository, she receives an interstellar call. The eye on my forehead observes that Qingque should be near your location. The Master Diviner's voice sounds a little irate. Tell her to open up her jade abacus. I have something to ask her. Qingque keeps shaking her head, trying to silently signal to March 7th that she's not here.
How should I go about this? Qingque is indisposed at the moment. You can tell me about it.
Okie dokie. That's my pal. I do have a request for you.
That's enough training for today. I need time to absorb everything.
Day of the sword trial.
Today, you'll face your first test. It's all about the basics.
Oh, I know! It's float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, right?
That's boxing? But close enough, I guess.
Grasping the basics is crucial to mastering swordplay, Miss March. Focus on wielding your sword properly, making your thrusts swift and strikes brisk.
And parries should be fluid and nimble. Got it!
See? Even March is getting bored of your rambling.
But I'm actually not bored at all.
Miss March is still a novice, so I'm giving her some tips on the basics to help her better understand them. Neglecting the basics will only make you vulnerable in a fight. Even for an extraordinary sword master like you, Yunli.
Just focus on your teaching. Why bring me into this?
What? Didn't General Huoyan offer you any guidance?
Looks like your general hasn't told you to stop hopping around like a sparrow in a fight, huh?
Guys, let's save the seminar for later.
Miss March has been learning the basics of swordplay, and now it's time to put her knowledge to the test.
Unsheath your swords and show me what you've got, March.
According to the schedule, there's a test today, right? I'm ready. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch it! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch it! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch it!
Miss March, your progress in the art of swordplay has been remarkably fast. It is truly commendable.
Looks like I passed the test, right?
Yeah. Well done. You passed with flying colors.
Great! Hey, hurry up and congratulate me.
Yeah, congratulations.
I couldn't have done it without my masters and you, Mr. Teaching Assistant. So if I were to take on that IPC guy now, what would you say are my chances?
You already have a martial arts background and plenty of real combat experience. But with swordplay guidance from me and Yunli, if you were to challenge the IPC's security mechs now, I believe...
You wouldn't stand a chance.
Yunli's... right.
No chance? Hey, are you trying to crush my confidence? I'm the kind of girl who performs better when I'm showered with praise, just so you know.
Maybe you'd stand a chance if you used your bow.
Wait, are you saying my swordplay still isn't good enough?
I thought teaching March was just something of a hobby. But now, actually seeing her progress gives me a sense of accomplishment.
Oh, really? So now you finally acknowledge her talent, Master Yunli? Don't worry, Miss March. I've been serious about teaching you from the start.
Oh, don't try to cause a rift between us. Every move and technique I taught March is straight from the Juming art of swordplay.
15 days of training is short, Miss March. Whether you pass or fail this test, I hope you'll continue with the basics, because that's your best shot at winning. After every test, the General would take me to the Artisanship Commission for sword maintenance. Let's go, Miss March. Today, I'll follow the General's example as a way of acknowledging your progress.
Thank you, Master Yanqing.
Moments later, in a dark corner on the loft,
So, have you found any information about her?
Yeah, that girl is one of the nameless on the Astral Express. Oh, she's no pushover. Don't you think this bet's a bit too risky?
Yeah, it is. So what? Have you seen those big shots in the strategic investment department? Do they ever make safe bets? She thinks she can fool me by flying under the radar? You there! Get me the most powerful mech we've got!
Understood. Checking the inventory now.
Now I'm curious to see what this 15-day crash course apprentice is really capable of.
"4 days until sword trial."
Another new move under my belt. I gotta find time to try it out. I'll fight 10. I learned so much today. Well done, me. Wonder what I'll run into today.
The price of mastering the blade is far more complex than success or failure. Just then, Lingsha also arrived at the Divination Commission.
Oh, if it isn't the little sparrow's two little assistants? What are you doing here, Master Lingsha? I previously learned from Chief Alchemist Houhuo that many forbidden texts were lost during the Ambrosial Arbor disaster, and it took a lot of work to recover them. The Alchemy Commission is not an organization that should be used to store forbidden texts, so I came to discuss with the Master Diviner.
And then, these forbidden texts became my job.
What kind of books are these Alchemy Commission forbidden texts?
They are remarkable texts that never should have existed in this world. Not only do they contain madness and fear, they also hold blessings and power.
They sound like the ultimate sword techniques that we were talking about earlier.
I'm not the kind to let others do all the work. I have caused you a lot of trouble, little sparrow. Let me help you with the organizing.
Wow. Thank you, Master Lingsha. If I'd known you were such a kind leader, I'd have chosen to go to the Alchemy Commission over the Divination Commission any day.
Oh, I will have to report that to the Master Diviner.
No, please don't. Let's just get these books sorted, and we can all play a nice game of Jade together.
As the group busied themselves and time passed silently, the job of organizing the Alchemy Commission forbidden texts neared its end. It was at this moment that the group noticed that March 7th had been passed out in a corner of the repository for some time, with a forbidden text open by her side.
Oh no, Master Lingsha. Please take a look at what's happened to March 7th.
This girl must have accidentally opened one of the forbidden texts. Qingque, you close the book up, and I will prepare an incense to bring her to her senses.
I'll handle the forbidden text now.
Master Lingsha, can I help at all?
Go and sit Miss March up. She has slipped into an illusion caused by the forbidden text. You will have to try to call her back with your voice.
You lift the unconscious March 7th to a seated position. Her lips are moving slightly, as if she is trying to say something. So, you close your eyes and listen closely to hear what she is saying.
T-Soy Pogs.
March.
This blade is now my tomb. The blade demon remains here alone.
March, that never happened to you.
Thousands of years, they pass like a dream. Before we know it, we pass on.
When did you start spouting wisdom like that?
A moment later, you manage to awaken March from the illusion with the help of Lingsha's awakening incense.
I see you finally awake, Miss March.
I'm so sorry. I should not have been so careless and let you come into contact with such dangerous objects. I'm fine. Thank you all for your concern. That book was called The Solitary Shadow Sword Scroll. I can see why you would be curious, Miss March. In that book, I was the Blade Demon, and the Blade Demon was me. I once stabbed and wounded an honorable man in battle and could not escape my guilt. I both thirsted for more martial arts knowledge and felt trapped by my great sword skills. Finally, I sat meditating before the Blade Tomb before dying a tragic and miserable death.
That seems like a long story for something that only took about half an hour.
Although, when I got to the end of the book, it felt like the story is only half finished. So, I was wondering if I could read it again. Miss March, this book is extremely dangerous.
I understand. Miss March, please do not dwell on the book's story for now. Head back home and just focus on getting an early night. Then, next time you come to the Divination Commission, we can discuss it again, okay?
Okay.
Right. Once you're all recovered, I will get to the bottom of this.
The shining golden signs. Let your inner sparking night. Find a treasure.
剣を抜かれた。速やかに任務に就いて。
Lucky enough, at least you try. Shame up in yourself to find.